What up, world? So I saw Dawn of the Planet of the Apes, the sequel to Rise of the Planet of the Apes, the 2011 movie, which was a reboot of Planet of the Apes from like 1968. Man, this movie stars Andy Serkis, um, Gary Oldman, Jason Clarke, Kerry Russell, Cody Smit-McPhee, Toby Kebbell, Judy Greer. Um, and it's directed by Matt Reeves, the director of Cloverfield. And without, I feel like any plot points I bring up are gonna be a spoiler of some sort. So I will say there's a discussion between Caesar and Maurice, and they say that it's been 10 winters since the simian flu basically took out all of humanity. Well, as we know in the trailers, it didn't take out all of humanity. Um, it shows the dude in the shaved head. They come across two apes in the woods, and he draws down on them with his pistol, and that's part of Jason Clarke's team. And they're not just like hiking, you know what I'm saying? They're not just going out for a stroll. They have a purpose, and they come from, you know what I'm saying, a secluded society in what remains of San Francisco, led by Gary Oldman. And Gary Oldman views and Jason Clarke views are different. And then um you got Caesar, and then you got Koba, the scarred ape from the first movie. Um he was in the cage and he was getting experimented on, and he got injected with the serum. He was like the second test subject in Rise of the Apes that got tested on with what made Caesar more human like, you know what I'm saying? And Koba in the first movie, he saw James Franco's boss from the first movie, and he wrote his name and kind of gave him that look like yeah, bitch, when I get out, I'm gonna get you. Um But I digress, because Koba and Caesar have different views. Like we all know Caesar saw the nurturing, uh, caring side of humans, and Koba was just like a science project. So he thinks humans are just out to torture apes, and you know what I'm saying, aren't gonna do any good. So it's like they have differing views on what to do if they run into humans. Caesar is a more seasoned leader. He, you know what I'm saying, he's trying to raise his family. He has an older son. Um and I mean, that's just little pieces without really giving away any story, because like I said, if I give away any story, it gives away a good part of the movie. The movie, as soon as you jump into it, it sucks you right in. Um, and like there's parts that they show in the trailers that are early in the movie, so I mean you're getting new material that you haven't seen in the trailers throughout the movie. And what was cool to me is the like Andy Serkis. Andy Serkis owns this motion capture shit, from Gollum in Lord of the Rings and The Hobbit to King Kong to Caesar, man. And now he's working with Mark Ruffalo on Avengers 2, and he's about to be in Star Wars Episode 7. Like, yo, like Andy Serkis owns this motion capture shit. And it was just like the character of Caesar, man. It was like somebody in his tribe would try to challenge his word, and then he would just stand up, like I run this shit, like Caesar the boss. You know what I'm saying? Like it would just he didn't even talk. Like somebody would challenge his authority, and he would just stand up, and then like the shot would angle to make him seem like powerful and shit, and it worked. And they incorporated like when Caesar, you know what I'm saying, as a younger Caesar in Rise of the Apes, would disobey James Franco. He stuck his hand out and he asked for forgiveness, and like James Franco would swipe his palm or whatever and be like, "Cool, we're square," whatever. They incorporated that. there's a lot of this movie that you don't need to see Rise of the Apes for, but then towards the middle and end, they incorporate a few shout outs to the first movie, and that was so cool. I loved that. Like I said in my X-Men review, man, I was sitting there geeking out the whole time just because of how cool everything was, how the attention to detail was, how the story progressed, and it didn't take away from the first movie. It didn't hurt the first movie. It built upon a longer story. And I mean, to me, man, I would have to compare this movie to like I saw shades like the trailers were saying a week ago before the movie came out. This is the Empire Strikes Back of Planet of the Apes movies, and I agree. I mean, if you haven't seen Empire Strikes Back, it's why. And then it's like kind of because of the way the movie ended, it had an Empire Strikes Back vibe. Because of elements within the movie, it had a Lion King feel to it, and also I want to say it had some shades of the Dark Knight influenced in it as well. And the Dark Knight is one of my favorite movies ever, man. Um, so like I've already talked too long, man. Um, so in my opinion, I'm gonna put it like this, man. Diggity Dope had a hell of a run. From this movie forward, every movie I give my highest rating to is gonna be dope as fuck. Cause that's what Dawn of the Planet of the Apes man is, man. Like Dawn of the Apes is dope as fuck. Um and like I'm pretty sure Fox greenlit Apes 3 months ago, and Matt Reeves is coming back as director, and it comes out 2 summers from now. It's a July 2016. I mean, they set it up for the third movie just to be fucking epic, man. Um, I posted this on my Facebook movie page of the recent slew of good reboots we've had lately. I said, "What's your favorite?" But then my boy commented and was like, "They're all epic. They're all great. We should just rank them." So rank the recent series of reboots between the Dark Knight trilogy, um, the Daniel Craig James Bond movies, the the J.J. Abrams Star Treks, which should go on to Star Trek 3, Robert Downey Jr. Sherlock Holmes movies, these Planet of the Apes movies, and the new Superman series. You know what I'm saying? Rank which ones you think. Rank your favorite. You know what I'm saying? A through F, 1 through 6, whatever. Um, and also, of course, what did you think of Dawn of the Planet of the Apes? Next weekend, I want to see Sex Tape. Next weekend, I want to see Planes, Fire and Rescue. The week after that, I want to see Lucy, and I want to see Hercules. I mean, y'all know where to find me, man. Peace.